Hello and welcome to Monster Clash, the place where creatures come to die. Today we see a Deva, a kind of angel that serves good gods, and travels the plains in search of evil to smite, especially fiends in the lower planes. They appear as beautiful human-like men and women, and they are strong-willed and fearless. No Deva would ever come to terms with an evil creature, and will smite at those with righteous violence, for they serve the cause of goodness itself, and are classified as celestial stewards, but far from being the most powerful of angels. And yet, their might is not to be disregarded, as they serve as foot soldiers in the armies of good in the eternal war against evil, joining in the vanguard in the battle. The Deva is a celestial being of medium size, armor class of 17, 136 hit points, speed of 90 feet flying, a passive perception of 19 and dark vision for 120 feet away from them. They have magic resistance, giving them advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects, as well as innate spell casting, but no spells for dual combat. They make 2 attacks per turn with a mace, for 1d6 plus 4 bludgeoning damage and 4d8 radiant damage, with a plus 8 to hit and a strength modifier of 4. It can also heal others, but not themselves, and can change shape into a humanoid or a beast, but that doesn't give them any extra hit points. And she is about to have a face-off with an Erinyes, known as the Furies of the 9 Hells of Ba'at Tor, the lower plane of lawful evil alignment. Many scholars believe that the Erinyes were among the lesser fiends, but their positions reporting orders directly to the highest ranking of devils put them in a unique position of power within the Hells. They appear as imposing and beautiful female figures, so attractive they could be mistaken for celestials. They are not only physically strong, but also dangerously capable. And even though they are not the greatest of all warriors of the 9 Hells, their combat prowess are legendary, and their weapons always dripping with caustic venom. The Erinyes is a devil of medium size, of armor class 18 wearing plate armor, 153 hit points and speed of 60 feet flying. She has a passive perception of 12, but has true sight, giving her the ability to see invisible creatures, see through illusions, and automatically pass any save against illusion magic, as well as seeing into the ethereal plane. It makes 3 attacks per turn with its longsword, with a plus 8 to hit and 1d10 plus 4 slashing damage, wielding it with 2 hands, 4 being her strength modifier, and plus 3 d8 poison damage. Or it can attack 3 times with its longbow, with a plus 7 to hit for 1d8 plus 3 piercing damage, 3 being its dexterity modifier, and 3 d8 poison damage as well. But the arrows can leave the target poisoned if they fail a Constitution saving throw of 14, and can only be cured with divine magic. They can also parry attacks using their reaction, adding 4 to their armor class, bringing it up to a 22 AC. The Deva and the Erinyes are locked in a stare contest, analyzing each other and waiting to see who strikes first. The Deva has a 17 for initiative, the Erinyes only a 12. And then suddenly, breaking the stillness, the Deva flies faster than the Erinyes can draw her bow, in a moment right at the Erinyes' face, and she makes 2 attacks with her mace. But only one will hit. And yet, just as the mace is about to connect as the Erinyes dodges the first attack, she parries the mace with her longsword, smiling at the angel while she does it. And she will now unleash her 3 longsword attacks. A 26 and a 27 hit. Causing a total of 50 points of slashing and poison damage, as the longsword cuts twice at the chest of the angel, black ichor poison sipping into the flesh, as the angel gives out a look of horror and pain, and she swings twice with her mace again. But the Erinyes lazily gets out of the way, dodging the attacks with the mastery of a battle-worn combatant. And then she counterattacks, dancing with the angel. But the angel also manages to dodge out of the way of the two first blows, but the third takes her by surprise, causing 28 points of slashing and poison damage, the blade sinking in the angel's shoulder, missing the heart by dint of the angel's agility. She misses her first counterattack and gets a natural 20 on the second. As the Erinyes is overly confident, she dismisses the angel as a real threat and barely keeps a posture. And that's when the angel smites her in the chest, a flash of light emanating from the impact, as she takes a total of 39 points of bludgeoning and radiant damage. She stumbles back, but her wings keep her from falling onto the ground, and she counterattacks, missing the first, hitting with a 23, and getting a critical hit as well. For 24 points of slashing and poison damage for the first hit, the angel at 34 hit points now. And 40 points of damage for the critical hit. Anger in her eyes, the Erinyes lunges at the angel, missing the first attack, but closing in even further, jamming the sword through the angel's belly, and then sinking it all the way through, closing into it as almost if going for an intimate hug. And she twists the sword as the angel gives out one last breath and disappears into thin air, leaving the Erinyes standing alone in the middle of the ruined landscape of this lower plane, with anger and sadness in her face, for she will not be able to torture this angel any further.